Primary versus secondary sources. During your NHD project, you will be asked to find 5 secondary and 5 primary sources. But what is the difference between them? I will help you figure it out. A source is everything that you can cite on your research. It can be a newspaper, website, audio file, photograph, textbook, or even a movie. In order to identify what source to use, let's take a look at the definitions and examples. Primary sources are materials that were created at the time the event occurred or materials created by those who experienced the event. Primary sources come straight from the source and no one else added their opinion, bias, on the material. These materials include letters, speeches, diaries, newspaper articles from the time period, interviews with people who were around when the event occurred, documents, photographs, and artifacts such as tools, weapons, clothing from the time period. Secondary sources are materials that were created after the event occurred. These sources were created by someone not from the time period. Secondary source materials, because they occurred after the event, are most likely changed to include a particular point of view, bias, of the author. Secondary sources can include history books, school textbooks, encyclopedias, history magazines, websites, and documentaries. So, whenever you are trying to find a perfect source for your project, keep in mind the difference between these two sources. Always question yourself, is this information coming straight from the source, event? If so, it's a primary source. If not, then most likely it is a secondary source.